it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to be teaching you fun things to do for free in San Francisco. Last month I did a video on how to live in San Francisco on a budget, so I'm going to piggyback off that video and be a little bit more specific. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I post content about what it's like to navigate life and dating in San Francisco. So if you're new to the Bay Area, maybe you live in the Bay Area, or maybe you're just single navigating the dating world, wherever the case may be, go ahead and subscribe down below because I think you'll really like it here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So let's talk about one of the first things that you can do for free in San Francisco, and this is probably going to be a very obvious one, and I've talked about these over and over again in some of my videos, but it is enjoying all of the beautiful parks that San Francisco has to offer. I definitely recommend Golden Gate Park and Dolores Park as a few popular places to have fun in San Francisco. Golden Gate Park is enormous. It is the largest park in the country. There are so many things to see over there and so many things to do. You could go ahead and see the buffalo in Golden Gate Park. You could walk around Stowe Lake. You could go to the Dutch windmill. There are so many awesome things to do in Golden Gate Park, or you can even just have a nice little picnic in one of the grassier spots of the park. I definitely recommend Hippie Hill. That's a great place to lounge around and enjoy the sunshine when it's nice outside. Also with Dolores Park, I will say if you don't really like the yuppie crowd, then you probably won't like Dolores Park, but it's in a fantastic location right between the Mission and the Castro. And what I like about Dolores Park is that it's good vibes all around, and it's just a great way to just relax in a really great location. And the park gets really warm when it's sunny out, which is why I like coming here. But there are other parks that you can go to if you don't want to go to Golden Gate Park or Dolores Park. There are so many more parks that you can go to, all for free. If you want me to do a video on some of the most underrated parks in San Francisco where I wouldn't include Golden Gate Park and Dolores Park, let me know and I can totally make that video. So the next free thing to do in San Francisco that I feel like I've kind of talked about over and over again on this channel is to go on a hike. It costs absolutely nothing to go on a hike in San Francisco. I recommend going to the Presidio to go on hikes. There is the Sutro Forest for a really great hike. There are tons of hiking spots like Land's End that's also free that you can do. And then you can even go over to Marin. There are plenty of free things to do even though that's not in San Francisco, but it's still an easy, quick drive away if you wanted to do that. So take advantage of all the awesome nature and hikes that we have to offer because again, it will cost you nothing. I really like the Lover's Lane Trail. That's a very small, short hike, but there's also the Batteries to Bluff Trail in the Presidio. Just the Presidio is probably going to be one of the greatest places to go on a hike, but also Sutro Forest is fantastic and there's so many awesome trails that you can do there. Again, a very easy thing to do. You won't have to pay for parking and that's really nice. Another awesome thing you can do that's free in San Francisco when the weather is nice, because sometimes we do get days where it's 80 to 90 degrees out, that is to go to the beach. So our two main beaches are Ocean Beach and Baker Beach. I personally like Baker Beach more than I like Ocean Beach because Baker Beach has a stunning view of the Golden Gate Bridge, and I feel like it's a little bit warmer over there compared to Ocean Beach where it can get really chilly at times. Both beaches are great. I think one thing that you gotta be mindful about with Ocean Beach is that the tide can get very crazy. So sometimes the water will literally go far out up onto the shore and then everything gets soaked. Been there, done that, and it was not a fun time. But with Baker Beach, it's not like that except for during high tide. So just be mindful of the weather and when you go. But generally when it's very sunny out, it's a perfect time to go to the beach and you won't have to worry about the tides taking over the shore. And another thing that I want to note about Baker Beach is, so if you're the kind of person that doesn't appreciate, let's say, a little bit of birthday suit action, then you may not want to go to Baker Beach. But that's really on like the north side of the beach, really close to the bridge. So just kind of stay away from that area if that stuff makes you uncomfortable. Just wanted to give you a heads up about that. But yeah, we got beaches. Are beaches kind of like LA's or San Diego's? No, absolutely not. But we have beaches. They're there if you are a beach person. and it's there for you to enjoy for free. So if you've just moved to San Francisco and you've actually never gotten a chance to explore the city, I definitely recommend that you check out the Golden Gate Bridge. It's just a thing that you must do, and again, completely free to go take a picture with the bridge or just see it. So there is the Golden Gate Bridge Lookout. That's going to be the best spot to go. It is free to park there. And also, when we're not in a global pandemic, the 28 bus can drop you off at the Golden Gate Bridge Lookout. So again, easy free thing to do, to take pictures, to see it. And then if you want, you can easily go to the Presidio right after you explore the bridge and do that. So you get to kill two birds with one stone by visiting the Golden Gate Bridge and then exploring the Presidio after. Easy free thing to do. I definitely recommend seeing the bridge. When I have friends in San Francisco, I immediately take them to see the bridge because that is like the one touristy thing that you should see, because the bridge is beautiful and it's absolutely iconic. So why wouldn't you want to see it? So this activity is free during certain days of the month or certain times of the day, but a lot of the museums in San Francisco will have free museum days. Some are on their first Saturday every month, some are on their first Tuesday every month, and I'll have different museums with the free days on the screen so you can get an idea of when things are free and when they're not free. Another awesome thing is if you're in Golden Gate Park and you want to go to the Botanical Gardens, typically that does cost money, but if you are an SF resident, meaning that you have a government ID with an SF address on it, then you can get in for free. And I definitely recommend you check out the Botanical Gardens. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a great place to take pictures and hang out with friends, and it's just a great spot, a great fun free thing to do if you have, of course, a valid SF address. So that's one thing that you can take advantage of. And SF has great museums. I definitely recommend that you check out the museums. And I would also love to make a video on all the museums that SF has to offer. So stay tuned later in the year for when that video comes out. So these next two things, I'm gonna just kind of combine them together because they're free music festivals. So the first one is the Stern Grove Music Festival. So this takes place at the Stern Grove Park off of Sloat and 19th Avenue, and it is a very underrated place. And what I like about the Stern Grove Music Festival is that it's completely free, but you gotta get there early because it gets so freaking crowded and packed, and then you'll have to end up sitting out in the woods. Yes, people will literally do that just so they can find a place to sit. And the weather can be very nice during a sunny day, and it's a great place to gather around, have some drinks, have some nice fun food, and listen to some cool music that you may have not listened to before. And it's a great way to discover new music artists. So that is something that I recommend that you do. The other music festival that is completely free and the same concept where you can bring friends and drinks and food is the Hardly Strictly Music Festival that is held every October in Golden Gate Park. So this is a bluegrass music festival, so you'll have a bunch of bluegrass artists come out, and there's different spots where different stages are held around the park. It definitely attracts less people than Outside Lands, and we all know that Outside Lands is not a free thing to begin with. But it is a fun thing to do in the city that is totally free. You just gotta get there early because the parking is going to be impossible, and I recommend that you take the bus to Golden Gate Park or you have an Uber drop you off. But again, those are two fun free things that you can do and listen to some good music. So depending on your taste, you may or may not like this free thing to do, but I absolutely love all the murals in the Mission District. I definitely recommend you check out Balmy Alley, Sycamore, or Clarion Alley because they have a bunch of beautiful murals that are super Instagrammable. I've mentioned them in one of my videos before, and I just think murals are beautiful. It's really cool to walk around the Mission and admire all of the art, but if you're not a street art person, then you may not want to do this activity because you're probably thinking, ugh, it's just looking at walls. What's the fun in that? Well, some people like art. I like art. I love murals. I love taking pictures of murals. I love taking it in and enjoying it. So if you are a street art fanatic like me, then you will love the Mission District and walking around and seeing all the beautiful murals that the Mission has to offer. Now this one is a fun... Do you see this right now? I'll wait. Can you get under the blanket, please? Anyway, so this is a little hack that I don't really know how many people know about, but I'm gonna share with you. If you can't afford to go to a Giants game in person, and I feel like their tickets are pretty inexpensive to begin with, but let's say you're super poor, you have no money in your bank account, you can watch the first 3 innings of a game if you go to this destination. So if you go down to 3rd Street and make a left onto the promenade, there is a little cove area called McCovey Cove, and that is a great spot where you can kind of cheat and watch the game for free. But again, it's only 3 innings. I believe there is security over there, but it's a great way to just see the Giants play in person for free. So it's a fun little hack if you're interested in seeing a baseball game. And then the last thing that I want to note, this isn't an activity, but it's a great way to scout out fun and free, sometimes even cheap things to do in San Francisco. I definitely recommend you check out sf.funcheap.com because this website will literally share a bunch of events of different fun, free events, sometimes events that are cheap where you would need to spend a little bit of money. And it's not just catered to SF. They have events in Oakland, the Peninsula, the South Bay, Marin, wherever you are in the Bay Area, they have all of those events listed. So they talk about different festivals that are coming up, different parades that are coming up, farmers markets, maybe some concerts, whatever it is, it's listed all on the website, and it will let you know if an event is canceled or postponed due to the pandemic. So a lot of events are kind of sparse right now because we're still in a pandemic, but when we're not in a pandemic, I definitely recommend you check that website out and see what kind of fun events you can find for free and take advantage of it, because there is always something to do in San Francisco. And even though this is a very expensive place to live, you will be surprised at how many things you can do for free in this city. Well guys, what did you think of this list of activities? Do you have a fun and free thing that you've done in San Francisco? Comment down below and let us know what it is so we can all check it out. And if you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!